So here are the different financial feasibilities that we were discussing. So the first one is our the 2 minute feasible, or basically the validation feasibility, which comes with this course. So all it is that you basically all you do is fill out these sections, and then this is your add-on, and all you do is press the button update feasible. It does what it needs to do in the background, and based on all these assumptions, within less than 2 minutes, it actually gives you a value, an updation of that. Now, I just changed the price from 300,000 to 3 million, so I'm just gonna ask it to update the feasibility once again so that I can get some numbers. So these are certain numbers that we allow for, and all I had to do then is just click on this and scroll down, and it'll tell me that the project makes 24.8% development margin. I've got my sensitivity analysis in terms of what happens if my sales move in 5% increments. They can go up and they can go down 5% in 5% increments to 5, 10. And what if my costs go up by 3% and 6%, or they go down by 3% and 6%? What happens then? And how would that actually affect my development margin on cost, or my return on equity, or the cash on cash return in this scenario? So this is a 2 minute fees, a very good example. With this course, you guys get this full add-on that you can use quickly, add them up, and works absolutely like a breeze. Let's look at the full scale financial feasibility. Now, this is another module. This is a totally different course on the advanced financial feasibility application that I've developed. And if you bought this as a bundle with another course, yeah, of course you'll have the add-on for this as well. Otherwise, I'll just quickly run you through what these are. So it's basically, you get these three input sheets. You put in your values. Everything that you see in blue is what you actually put in. They're all input fields. So everywhere you see these little blue text, those are the fields that you need to fill out. That's it. And once you've filled everything out, you go into your budget sheet, and in your budget sheet, you've got to you select all the values, you select the kind of distribution you're going to do, and I go over all of that in a lot more detail as we progress, and if you do the other development. And this gives you a full cash flow, so you can minimize this thing and see what your cash flow will look like. So I'll give you an example. Let's say you're looking at your construction costs, and we know that all construction costs actually go in an S curve. So over here, if I expand that, it'll tell me that these are my construction costs, and my construction will start in the 17 month and will go on for 14 months. And all I have to do is scroll back here, and it gives me the values, how my construction is going to be distributed, all the costs that are going to be distributed in an S curve. And based on that, based on those cash flow assumptions, I can then calculate my land finance. I can then calculate my construction finance and the developer equity that I need to pay. Once I've done all of that, I get a project related site value, I get a bank summary, and the only difference between the bank summary and the developer summary right here is the fact that in the developer summary, we include the cost of developer's equity. So if you were to use your line of credit or another facility on which you are paying another 6-7% interest to put into the project, and you want to figure out that I want to see what the actual cost of this whole thing was to me, it comes under the developer summary. The reason I've separated both of them is because I don't like showing the bank extra cost of interest in my development when I actually want to get a loan from them. So developer summary is just for me. And as you go down, each summary comes with a sensitivity analysis that you can do. And apart from that, all of these cost heads that you've got, you can actually allow for contingencies as a percentage of all the total costs individually to each one of them, or you can blanket bomb them. There are many different ways that you can actually tackle all of this. So once this is your second level of financial feasibility that we do, and in order to figure out all those details. So as you can imagine, it actually takes a little bit longer than 2 minutes to, in order to actually get this thing accurate. But only pay attention to the blue cells. There's nothing that you need to do with anything that's either black or orange. Orange are mostly guide cells that actually guide you. And if you make a mistake, they'll show that instead of time, it'll give you an error prompt saying that, look, your timeline's a little bit off. So it has all the prompts and checks built into this thing. So all you have to do is come out here and fill all of these things out. So yeah, but anyway, this is level 3. This is from a real project. I've taken the address off from here and changed it to a sample project, but this project is actually going on right now, and that's what it actually shows. This is real time, real data. So as you can see, this is August 2018, and we have just spent 127,000 on construction costs on this because the construction is underway at the moment. So there are no sales, and so you'll see that the revenue is empty right now. It's absolutely zero, and these are all the same cost heads that I use in my feasibility right here. This is so that I can actually compare of this is where I started off with, and that's where I am traveling on a monthly cash flow basis. This is in real time. This is if there was a transaction in the bank that happened yesterday, you believe me, that transaction is actually in this feasibility. Now I won't go into all these details because it has details of all my projects, but it is from a real project. So these are the 3 feasibility applications that we do. So in the next video, we're going to dive into all the details for how you can install the add-on and how you can make use of it.